What's good, y'all? This MDS podcast, Money Don't Sleep, with BangBoy L Boogie. Where you grow up at?
Shit, East Warren all day.
So your whole childhood was on East Warren?
Yeah, I know. I was born in the Black Bottom over there off Burns and Grass shit. Moved to East Warren like around I was like 5. I've been over there ever since.
Yeah, because I grew up like my first 7 years on Chelsea and Dickerson.
Mm-hmm.
Then I moved to E-Course from like 8 years old to like I was about 13. And then I stayed in Rouge for like a couple months, and then Highland Park. But like a lot of people like, who you know from Highland Park? I'm like, nigga, I did not go outside in Highland Park. I'm like, fuck that shit, nigga. I went to the store one time, seen a tranny as a kid.
Oh, yeah, it's cracking over there like that.
Man, I'm like, nah, see, you know what I'm saying? I ain't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew it was some real niggas over there, some solid dudes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when you go on like Crush by Facebook and shit, you see like some straight chicks, you know what I'm saying? But you like, they weren't on my block. You feel me? So that's just what it was. What schools you end up going to?
Shit. When I was over there on Grass shit, I went to Stevenson Elementary. After we moved off of there, went to Clark. Then Jackson. Then
everybody talk about Jackson like it was gladiator school.
That's
all I
you learn how to fight in that bitch, I tell you. Then went to from middle school. It was a minute ago. So we went from
Goodale was like that, but Goodale was
right.
They don't talk about Goodale like they talked about Jackson.
Jackson legendary, man.
Goodale to me was legendary, but Jackson is just like
you had some of the legends in the hood that came out of Jackson, man. That
legends
shit,
like who?
You caught your bones, man. Everybody shit. R.P. the Flav, shit. He came up out of there. Team Eastside P. Man, it's so many niggas came out that bitch, bro. You get your bones out of Jackson, dog. Everybody came out there from the hood.
So when did like East Warren niggas, like as you being like a little nigga growing up, when did it start when y'all niggas start punching random niggas walking up the street?
Man, that's that Jackson shit for real.
Cause that's why I'm wondering where like kick in.
Man, I even punched a nigga walking home, man. I done caught a damn juvie case doing that shit, man. That shit happened. Damn, Jackson, man, was treacherous, man. They preyed on your ass. Jay, you had to be strong in that bitch. It was E to be 8 in that bitch.
Man, that's how that shit work out. So when you left Jackson, like, you know what I'm saying, what did you went to high school? So you know, what did you hear about Finney prior to going to Finney?
Shit.
Was you like nervous?
Yeah, I was nervous because of course you just in general, 8th grader going to high school, you're gonna be nervous anyway.
Did you hear about like Freshman Friday?
I heard about Freshman Friday. All the high school shit that you hear about, you gonna endure that shit. You gonna be like, damn, all the jitters, all that shit. You gonna be nervous regardless going from the 8th to high school.
Yeah, see, my shit was I was supposed to go to Osborne,
and
then like in my neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, I'm from 8 Mile, but a lot of 8 Mile niggas claim 7 Mile, so. Right. A lot of niggas be thinking like they be confused. So you got that, and then you got like a lot. When I was a kid, I thought all the 7 Mile niggas got along, but they be beefing like a motherfucker. So a lot of niggas was beefing with my hood. So I'm like, damn, I gotta go to Osborne, but I'm not thinking like some of them niggas fuck with us over there, but they don't fuck with the other niggas on the other side that we don't fuck with. So the niggas that be on our ass. Right. They be on their ass up there. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like an alliance, you feel me?
Right.
But then like how my hood is, like when we go somewhere, like we downtown or some shit, or we on the west side, we all stand next to each other, even though we don't fuck with each other in the hood. So that's how it is over there. So then I go to Osborne, and they like, no, you supposed to go to Finney. I'm like, dog, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, man, I go to Finney, nigga, I see all the little straight little females. Like we had, like Finney has a lot of straight females back then. So, so I'm like, shit, I'm gonna stay here. But I'm like, then I heard about the band. Then you know what I'm saying. Niggas already heard about like you getting your ass whooped on Freshman Friday, but that shit ain't.
But it really that Freshman Friday shit probably. I think they stopped doing that shit like right before I got there because I got there in like 2000 and what like 2 or 2003.
Yeah,
I think they stopped
like
that
3
shit.
or 4.
Yeah, they stopped that shit like soon as I got there. But it like I said when I went to high school, that's all East Warren. So you got motherfuckers in that bitch you coming in where you knew since elementary school. Even the upperclassmen was from the hood. So it really wasn't like it really wasn't no like trying to beat no kids up because everybody in that bitch knew each other. If you do something to him, you gonna see this. You gotta see this nigga in the hood. So it's like everybody was just in that bitch trying to party and shit for real.
Man, that shit, nigga. I came in that bitch. I ain't know nobody. The only person I knew in that bitch was Nicole and Damien. And Damien had got kicked out. And I thought my cousin Juan was going to that bitch. I think he ended up getting kicked out to switch schools or some shit. So I seen Damien one time, then I seen Nicole, and then I like my homeroom niggas. I kind of got cool with them niggas. They was fucking with me like Fat Man, Latero, and all them niggas.
Yeah.
There was a big ass nigga named Dave. They was fucking with me in Fab, but it wasn't like that. Tony too.
I know all the names. Taro, Tony, all the names.
So it was like, we was cool, but then I ain't start really locking in with niggas. So one day, nigga, I shot dice with a nigga, and I lost my bus money. Mm-hmm. And the nigga gave me my shit back.
Right.
I'm tight as hell. I'm like, dog, I wanted to ask the nigga, like, let me hold like $2, but I ain't no dog. So I'm like, man, I'm just walk to the crib. I'm gonna figure this shit out. And then, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, you know how you just be chilling with a nigga, and then we just was chilling with each other all day. He like, man, you a cool ass nigga. This nigga gave me all my money back. Uh-huh. And I'm like, shit, you my nigga. And we was like rocking out from there. And then, like, I ended up getting cool with like Hustle Boy JT, like my 10th grade year. Mm-hmm. And shit, I ain't know he was my friend till he saved my ass one day. One day them East Warren niggas got on my ass. I think it was like my junior year. Right. You know what I'm saying? Me and a nigga was cool, but you don't know a nigga cool till somebody on your ass. For real, cause nigga turn the other cheek.
Right.
And you be looking like help me.
Acting like you don't even see the shit.
Yeah. So Tony like, man, leave that nigga alone, whoopty whoop. But he ain't like step in the smoke when they was trying to jump me and my little cousin. Then this nigga JT ran around the crowd. I see this nigga running up the block. I'm like, what this nigga about to do? So I'm still trying to focus on swinging on niggas and shit. This nigga JT running around the crowd, dropped his backpack and was like, y'all got me fucked up. Y'all ain't about to jump my nigga. I swear to God, the whole crowd turned around.
Right.
And then the police came.
I mean, that's all it takes is one of the right niggas to just be like, no, because like you say, I say, everybody in there grew up with each other, bro. Everybody, and majority of everybody grew up.
See, my shit was, the confusion was niggas like Hustle Kings beefing with Hustle Boys, JT a Hustle Boy, but I'm like, they don't know, like, I'm tied in with all the Hustle Boys that go to the school. Free Marty. Marty locked up with my bro, Real, I still chop it up with Marty. Then, you know what I'm saying? So it's like all them niggas, and JT was telling me like, yeah, them niggas trying to get me on your ass, and I'm telling them niggas you my nigga. Right. And I guess they weren't taking dog serious. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, that shit happened after school, and I'm like, niggas waited till school was completely over to try to get on my ass. And I'm like, shit, I was prepared all day. I was prepared all day.
That's all the bullshit stuff, man. I was in that bitch. I was locked up with Murdy, man. I was locked up here. Everybody who locked up, I'd have ran into their ass.
Man, that shit crazy. Because it's like how your name go in prison. Because one time I wrote one of my dogs, because one of my dogs that was locked up was like, man, I ain't hearing nothing about his name. He was like, what he going behind that bitch? So I wrote him that, and that nigga got offended. He was like, nigga, my name really D on the streets. My name really D in this bitch. He was like, only hoes change their name in prison. and like when I'm reading it, I'm like, this nigga yelling at me. He ain't writing in all caps, but I'm like, you know how your nigga talks. So I'm like, this nigga yelling at me.
But in prison, don't nobody go by their real name in that bitch. Everybody got a nickname.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Everybody got a name. Don't nobody go by their real name in that bitch. Like me, I wasn't banging and none of that shit. So niggas just called me L.
Yeah,
niggas called me L.
So yeah, that's how that shit goes. So it's like then it's like prison right now is like different because it's like a lot of niggas trying to stray away from that blood shit. But I'm like, I remember when like everybody was like a blood. I don't gang bang, but you know what I'm saying. And it's like some of my niggas that's locked up bloods, and then some of the niggas that was kind of on that, well, was on that shit, they ain't on that shit. So it's like a confusion where the beef that's going on like right now in the hood. So it's like a lot of niggas like dropping fives and all that shit. And I'm like, shit, I'm like, niggas gonna come home from prison that did like 10 years ago come home confused because they throwing up fives, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And my hood is worse because I'm not in the red zone. I'm right outside the red zone.
Mm-hmm.
But the red zone niggas, I'm cool with some of them niggas. And some of them niggas from over there be like, damn, he a 7'4" nigga.
Right.
So they don't know. They be like, how you fuck with him? And I'm like, dog, Jig fucked with us. You see what I'm saying? And that's
right,
one of
because
y'all.
cause like I say, after doing so long in prison, you locked up with the majority of them niggas who actually started that shit.
Yeah.
So I niggas, them the red zone niggas, they tell me like, nigga, we really don't fuck with these new niggas, these new SMB niggas. We started this shit, bro. Niggas say the red zone originated from Hayes to motherfucking Shaner. All past that shit fake shit. I'm a war nigga, so I just be listening, laughing and shit. But that's what these niggas be telling me. Like I was locked up with the niggas who started this shit. Like it's like 3-4 of these niggas. I was locked up with Sonny, Fat Kev.
Fat Kev, that nigga.
Yeah, I was locked up with these niggas.
So
I was with Fat Kev for years. Me and the nigga was together for years together. I was talking like how me and you talk. Yeah. So he'd tell me the real shit that's going on with the S&B shit. Like I say, I'm a Warren nigga, so I just be around that bitch sipping like, yeah. I'm like, damn, straight up.
Yeah, no, I'm saying me shit. Like, you know, I ain't with the blood shit, but it's the same shit with me because it's like certain blood niggas be telling me certain niggas ain't that. And I be like, man, look, you know what I'm saying? That niggas be on these records talking crazy. And you be like, man, but it's Takashi. You know what I'm saying?
It's easy to talk about that shit when you really ain't doing it, bro. See, like if you was out here in the streets for us, like,
you're a big dog to the big dog home.
Yeah. Well, if you say like if you not out here, bro, but you a rapper, it's easy for you to talk about some shit that you're not doing. Yeah. If you was out here, you rap, you would be like, I can't talk about that shit because I really got a spot over there. You feel me? So I really, that's what I prefer niggas
to use their imagination because I don't want niggas to be like, nigga, I got a spot on Kercheval and the nigga actually got a spot on Kercheval, nigga.
For real.
I'm taking I-75 and a black Dodge. And
niggas like, be really in
like,
that shit.
For instance, like a nigga like Ice Cube. I believe the fuck out of Ice Cube. Ice Cube had the voice. You know what I'm saying? His voice was intimidating. If you're just not even looking at the nigga.
What Ice Cube do?
Ice Cube not one of them niggas.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? He ain't no bitch, but he ain't one of them niggas that he was rapping.
Right.
You feel me? But he one of the greatest rappers. But you know what I'm saying?
He knew how to really rap and to depict the image like he not in it, but he's so lyrical that he can make himself. He could spin his words around with like, okay, shit, this is where I'm from. And he talk about what the fuck was going on in the hood. Yeah. So you can do that if your vocabulary up to par and
his like delivery.
And your delivery, hell yeah, you had to he remind me. Shit, the only nigga I could say he remind me of how Vez was just how his delivery is. How he got in the studio and how he was just how his delivery.
See, Vez turned up. Vez got mad on one song and that bitch took off and that nigga just started yelling on everything.
Like I was on the yard and we listening to this nigga on the motherfucking the iPods or whatever, and the OG told me like, damn, he like Vezo hard. But why this nigga always sound mad? I'm like, shit, I don't even know.
No, that's directly what happened. Vez was calm. Vez liked to rap calm and collected. But one day this nigga got mad in the studio and spit like and yelled on that bitch, and then niggas just gravitated to that song. So what you gonna do? You gonna keep making songs like that. So it was like 1 year or 2 years, this nigga was yelling on every fucking song. And it was like that shit was hard. And then it's like shit like with the prison, like what like books and shit you was on in that bitch. Like what was you doing to survive your 10?
So I was asking the first question, the books, man, I just really got into, man, I done read so many damn books. I done read like over 1,000 books in that bitch. So I'd say my favorite author was James Patterson, because
every nigga say that. Like I'm about to do a thing where a lot of niggas say James Patterson.
James Patterson because he can basically write a movie inside the book. So when you reading the book, it's like you fucking watching a movie, literally. Like all his shit is action packed for real. That's why I like him. But other than that, it was like shit, all the hood books, shit, Cartel like, 1, 2, 3, 4, Fat, all that shit. I read.
Yeah, my nigga right now on Mafioso, he waiting on him to drop the new Mafioso. So I think it's like Mafioso 6 about to drop or some shit. And he waiting on that bitch. I think it's dropping 2021. But like when I be like listening to New York rappers talk, they always say Donald Goins. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I rarely hear like Detroit niggas say Donald Goins, and he from here.
That's like some OG shit for real.
Yeah, because Donald Goins dead.
Yeah, cause I read his game. What was that book? True to the Game?
No, that was by Kerry something.
Oh yeah, that book from back in the day, like that.
True to the Game, I read that. I read Dope Fiend by Donald Goins.
Okay, the first one, man, he had wrote, man.
I don't know. He got a black hand or some shit. Right. He had Never Die Alone. That movie Never Die Alone is one of his books.
Right.
I think it's one called like Black Hand or Black something. Mm-hmm. And I read Dope Fiend. Iceberg Slim, I sent that to one of my homeboys. He fuck with it, the Pimp book. And that book was crazy as fuck. Cause that bitch based from like the 1930s.
Right.
So it was like so on, and he was talking about pimping back then, and then
pimping is still strong, man. I know. I met a lot of pimps in my day, man.
Shit, when I was growing up in E-course, a lot of times we had to catch the bus to the east side or catch the bus from the east side to out there. And we used to always hear about the 4th Street pimp, and they finally caught this nigga. So we'd just be standing at the bus stop and never met this nigga. When they showed like a picture of Cuz, I never seen dog ever. But you know what I'm saying? They used to talk about how treacherous dog was, getting women hooked on shit, and how he, played the game. And I'm like, man, that shit crazy. Out there, it was like different too.
He on some gorilla pimping shit.
Yeah, out there,
they call that gorilla pimping. Yeah, you gotta drug your girls and all that other shit.
No, he was gorilla pimping to the T. Like as far as the aggression, he had like scared, because a lot of them niggas, they beat shit off finesse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They mentally whoop their bitches, and they physically too, but know they get them off the game.
Right.
But shit, what was the prison you did the most time in?
Man, I did the most time in St. Louis level 4. 22-hour lockdowns. I did 5 years in that bitch.
Why you was on level 4?
Because I came down with 10 years, and they say because you do anything, you get 7 years or better, you have to start at a high level because you're a high risk. They consider you a high risk. So when I went to a level 4, that type of facility was strict as fuck. So they'll keep your ass there as long as they want, until you get up under 7 years. So shit, after I got up under 7 years, it still took me they still kept me there a couple of more years. So that ended up to be 5. So shit.
You ever hit Chippewa?
Yup. Ojibwe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there. I was on Ojibwe 4 years. I did my last 4 years at Ojibwe.
Cause what's the name up there? Marty up there right now. My homeboy Lil Real, he up there. My homeboy Doggy, he had ended up getting out. Doggy was in like not St. Louis, but Saginaw. Then he went up there. Then he went somewhere else. Mm-hmm. So Doggy was up there. My cousin, his name, he go by the name Blackavelli. His name Dennis. He up there. He got life. So my homeboy Lil Real got life. And then a nigga this nigga named Chili was up there, and this nigga named Street Runner KE was up there. He rapped, a light skinned nigga from Southwest. Mm-hmm. That nigga cold. He got like 30 or 50, something crazy. But yeah, he committed the first homicide in I forgot what city. I think it was I can't think of the city, but it was crazy. It was the first homicide in that city in 10 years. And I'm like, I couldn't imagine that being like Detroit, like going 10 years without a homicide.
Shit, that'd be good.
Nigga, that would be incredible, dog. Think about like
10 years without a man.
Think about how many people, you know what I'm saying, we had.
Man, we lost so many motherfuckers, man.
Fast though, cause it was like nigga, like it was a rapper like, damn, can I heal?
Right, even this year we lost a lot of people, man.
That COVID shit was clearing up, shit. Yeah. You ain't end up with no COVID, baby, did you?
Nope.
Man, a lot of people got one shit.
I bet. We was in the house what, like 2 months before 2 months into the summertime. So by the time they let us out, everybody turned.
Yeah.
Everybody turned, man. And then the lockdown, it wasn't else to do. Motherfuckers weren't working, so shit, what else you gonna do? Shit. Fuck a little bitch.
Shit, my the woman I was with, her tubes one time, she'd have been pregnant. I know for a fact. Man, that shit was fucking crazy. So shit, what high school was like for you?
High school, shit. High school was lit. High school was lit, man. Already a little connected. I'm connected with like my brothers already rapping and shit. Yeah. That was really my only music connection.
Man, he had some bars, and then he threw you on what's the name? That nigga P, what's the name? Welcome to Our Side, nigga came on that bitch. Free L, nigga. Free my brother, fuck your brother, nigga. I'm like
I walk in a strip club, they be playing that shit. And I hear, I be like, damn. I'm like, damn, they be saying my name. That's cool.
Yeah. Did you know all the songs before you got out?
He was telling me about it. He was telling me about all the shit. Yeah, I'm throwing you in shit. Ooh, man, I keep your name alive. I'm like, damn, that's
he definitely.
I'm like, damn, that's what's up. But you gotta think. I got 10 years to do. I ain't, but they tell me I'm on the phone with PZN period. Them niggas like, shit, bro. We just started rap. Woo. Man, this 2009. I'm like, I got 10 years to do. I'm like, damn, that's what's up, bro. Go ahead, don't do your thing or whatever. I ain't thinking about that shit.
Nigga, 2000, what? I say 2012, nigga, your name was classic. Niggas was switching, you know what I'm saying? Switching, you know how niggas make captions off rap songs. Niggas switch your name, put they nigga name, you know what I'm saying? So, nigga, there's some classic ass lines about L about this bitch. And then shit, P, Lil Perry, he going hard. I feel like he should just change his shit to Big P. I don't think he gonna like niggas calling him.
He say Big P, but yeah, I don't know. He eating off Lil Perry, so shit. I guess he gonna keep that motherfucker Lil Perry.
Like Boosie did, cause you know what I'm saying. Cause you know Perry, like he looked like a nice guy, but Perry ain't no friendly ass nigga.
That nigga ain't no who. How the hell you? That nigga. He been like that. That nigga been on that shit. That nigga been on that tip, dog. If you call, we used to, cause he was our little brother in the hood. Me and my brother Vernon and shit. He was like our little brother. So we'd be fucking with him and shit. Like, man, you all light skinned ass. You call that nigga light skinned, he probably going your shit. Yeah. So don't ever call that nigga light skinned. Like he used to look like Genuine and shit. I used to call that nigga Genuine and shit. That nigga used to hate that shit, dog.
Yeah. shit, RP Troy B too. Shit.
Man, hell yeah, that's my little bro. I got him tatted on my arm and shit.
Yeah, that shit came on left field in a bit.
Yeah.
Cause I'm like, man, that shit just.
I remember P was the first nigga who told me about this shit. I called him. I'm calling on the phone and shit. 2013 in the summertime. Matter of fact, I remember that exact day. Called him. He like, bro, they didn't kill my brother. I'm like, damn. I'm in here. You ain't got no brothers. I'm like, damn, who you talking about? He said about Troy. I'm like, oh my god, that shit hit home so hard because I ain't never really had nobody that close to me like that. So that shit hit hard. That shit hit me hard as fuck.
Man,
especially how they had left him like that shit. That shit was fucked up.
The whole scenario and all that shit didn't add up.
It's another
bullshit
Detroit story,
for
man.
no reason.
It's another bullshit
Detroit basically story. What that whole scenario was.
Yeah.
Then I don't know, like that year it was like a lot of niggas, you know what I'm saying, get hit. But I feel like right now this year it was a lot of niggas that got hit. But I feel like it's gonna be more because of that scam with the unemployment because a lot of people got guns. A lot of niggas didn't have guns. Like that's why like I never understood that saying you need money to go to war. Man. You know what I'm saying? You need artillery and all that shit.
Niggas got money. They fighting over money. Now that they got mixed that shit with the guns and shit.
But niggas was just before that. Niggas was just fighting over broke shit. Like it's niggas that don't care about getting money. They just want to shoot people. And I'm like, that shit is weird. Like you know what I'm saying? You know how niggas be like, niggas don't go to war over money. You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't fuck with my family and my money, we good. This nigga just be on the internet in the comments beefing. I'm like, you mad at a nigga for a comment? A nigga, you took a comment out of context. That's why I'm like, I joke a lot. So, you know what I'm saying? I irritate people, you feel me? So, I know I do. So, you know what I'm saying? So, if a nigga be like, hey, cuz, you know what I'm saying? Nigga come at me aggressive. I can explain that shit. But if we go past me like, dog, I ain't on that shit. You know what I'm saying? I was just joking. If we have to go past that, then it's that. But if anything other than that, I ain't tripping on it. It was a nigga wrote me like, hey, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? What you on? I'm like, what you mean? He like, you know what I'm saying? It seemed like you on my bumper. I'm like, nigga, I joke with everybody, dog. Don't take this Facebook serious. Right. He like, oh, all right. And just put laugh out loud. If he could have been on some bullshit, like, nigga, fuck you, don't play with me like that. Right. You see what I'm saying? Right. But he just was like, okay, I know this nigga, you know what I'm saying? So now he see that nigga. I'm like, nigga, it ain't that. But I'm like, nigga, I remember one time.
Right, that Instagram, Facebook shit, like, I'm a humorous motherfucker, right? It be a lot of, like, shit that's going on. I be at the crib. I had so many comments I want to get on, like, bitch, you stupid as hell. Like, nigga, you dumb as fuck. But I know how that shit come from. That. I'll be joking. Oh, I'm gonna be joking, like, man. But you gotta think for it next motherfucker. You be like, okay,
yeah. See, I try not to put my pride into that Facebook shit, cause you know what I'm saying. As long as a nigga ain't playing with my kids on that bitch, you know what I'm saying. I be like, I try to like rationalize with a nigga, cause I'm like, damn, what I said, cuz could have took it like this. You feel me? But a lot of times I be like, dog, as long as I don't say no super aggressive shit, then it ain't that. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That one thing though, I get on Facebook mainly. I'm either saying some goofy ass shit or I'm promoting music or some business shit. If I ain't doing that, I'm not on there venting. I ain't on there doing none of that shit because I feel like
my grandma.
That's a good It's a good platform to actually make some money on that motherfucker. If people just get out their feelings and go on that bitch and be like, okay,
so everybody got agree with me on that crying shit, cause niggas I can't cry on Facebook.
No, I can't. Why the fuck would you? What's crying on Facebook to a motherfucker?
If somebody would post a picture with tears, like, you know what I'm saying, and snot bubbles and shit, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, how did you take that? Like, cause you know when anybody in here, right? You take a picture of yourself before you press send to anybody. It can be to your woman, your nigga, whoever. You look at that bitch. You feel me? How you crying? Look at the picture. Like, this is a good crying picture.
Man.
You feel me? Attention. I look good crying in this. I look sad.
For attention, for real, but you gotta think though, that shit, it all depends on how you wanna use it. People get on that bitch, I don't know, that they don't see the potential in that play. Everybody, once you sign up for Facebook, you got your own platform. It all depends on how the fuck you gonna use your shit. We get on that bitch. I get on that bitch every time I'm like, okay, this nigga, he promoting something. I'm promoting something. Like everybody, and a lot of people who I actually interact with in inbox and all that shit. It's about business. It's not about.
We gonna talk about some inbox and shit that you done did. The next segment.
It's about going on that bitch, bro, promoting your music, promoting my shit. Like, inbox and shit, that shit, it's about business, man. At the end of the day, man, fuck
Man,
all that.
I agree, cause I'm like, man, there's a lot of money, you know what I'm saying, to be made. Then there's a lot of niggas be hating, like it'd be a nigga doing what you do, but I'm like, nigga, you don't do it how I do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But you gotta think though, everything that you're gonna do, somebody you gotta think. Everything that you do, somebody already done it. So
it's
if
a
you
book
do
called
it,
Still Like an Artist. I want to read that bitch. I ain't read that.
Who wrote that?
I don't know, but I seen somebody reading it one time. I was on a picnic, and there was this lesbian couple. I asked them about it, and they was reading a book called Still Like an Artist, and it was basically what you were saying. Somebody, you know, ain't
Right. Somebody did it.
So it's just basically you patenting your own shit.
Somebody did it before you. You do it. Somebody gonna eventually do the same shit that you doing. It's like it's a never ending cycle of hustles. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta make sure you doing it better than the previous guy and the guy and the motherfucker, and stay ahead of the motherfuckers that's coming after you. That's all you gotta, man. That's all you gotta do for real.
So when you came home, you say you was single. How long did it take you to get into a relationship?
Like $6.
You weren't playing. How long did it take you to play house?
6 months.
This nigga was fled. Man, one of my homeboys came home, got a chick pregnant quick than a bitch. We like, dog. You thought about that shit when you was in there, so you just knew.
Came home splashing and shit.
Yeah. I'm like, bro, you wildin'.
I came home March 18th to March 20th, 2018. I got a relationship September the 13th. Nope. September the 10th.
September the 13th is when Tupac got.
Oh, shout out to Pac.
Facts. Yeah. I know that. That was one of my favorite artists. There was a couple artists that made me want to cry where I got like sad as hell. It was Pac, Prodigy, Nip, Blade.
Nip kind of that shit fucked me up with Nip, and I ain't no celebrity. I don't
no, my shit be like, you know,
when Nip had
that,
it was bigger than he was bigger than the music. So
yeah, that's the same. That's how I felt about Pac and Prodigy.
He still Pac too. These niggas they big. They was bigger than rap. You know what I'm saying? I was rarely listening to Nip music, but I was listening to this nigga every time he spoke. Yeah, because he was saying some real shit.
Yeah, and then it was like, yeah, see that, and then it was like, if you listen to his music, he predicted the shit, and on top of predicting the shit, he was preparing people mentally to become a boss, and it was like good because it's like reason why I like Blade, because Blade talked like a Detroit nigga, he moved like a Detroit nigga, but he talked that bullshit so you can hear it from a different level. If another nigga come to you telling you, yeah, you should diversify your portfolio, and you know what I'm saying, and you hear that shit, you're like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? You feel me? But when you hear Blade talk about like, yeah, nigga, I got these clothing line I'm working on, you know, I got this record label I'm probably gonna start, you know what I'm saying? When you hear it from a Detroit point of view from a nigga that sound like you're gonna gravitate to it. Right. So Nip was basically doing that same shit, but on a higher level, and he was speaking like a rolling 60 Crip from Crenshaw, you know what I'm saying, from South Central. So it's like them niggas was able to hear him because they like, yeah, he was a real nigga out here. So, you know what I'm saying? He taking this shit further. And he actually put niggas on from the set. So, I don't give a fuck if this nigga ain't Nas, this nigga ain't Jay-Z, but he was there. Like, if you listen to Victory Lap, that nigga was talking that shit. So, it was like, he got a song called Blue Laces. If you want to understand why he became gang affiliated, he explained that shit on there. You know what I'm saying? He was like, nigga, I'm from where your mama paid rent, and that's your game. So when your homeboy bled, that was your pain. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I'm just living by the code of the colors in my shoestrings. That nigga was going. So it's just like that. So like, what was like your musical influences that led you to writing and want to rap?
Really, it was like Meek Mill.
I've been fucking with
T Grizzly. Basically all the Detroit shit. We had all that shit in there. I just started gravitating more to like the Detroit music because I wanted to mainly come out here and do the music. So my job was in there. You had all that time on your hand. Okay, see how these niggas deliveries is. See, like, do your homework on what the fuck niggas listening to. Young niggas coming in that bitch. All right, bro. What the fuck they out there doing? Type shit. Like you had to really do your homework because I've been out the loop. For
I like your energy and shit when you rapping shit.
I appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm like, before I clicked on your shit, I'm like, man, I hope this nigga shit ain't ass. You feel me? Cause I'm like, that's gonna be awkward. You feel me? So I'm like, I clicked on your shit, nigga. I can show you on my phone and shit. Cause I sent it to my nigga Sandy. I'm like, these niggas spaz on this bitch is the song with you and Stretch. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what the fuck it is about Stretch. It was only one window where I'm like, I get it. It was the 25 miles per hour one. But he had some shit on that bitch. But it was certain songs was like boring as fuck. But Stretch is one of the hardest niggas.
Man, Stretch, Stretch don't even know this shit, but I had that first album, yeah, it Take Money to Make Money. Yeah. I had that whole bitch on my MP3 player. Nigga, I got through my first 4 years listening to that shit right there. You know what I'm saying?
The Punishment is one of that, and The Punishment is like two of the hardest Detroit CDs. Like if you do like a top 20 Detroit music, them two both going on there. Man, so if you go album or you go mixtape, them bitches. I just
feel like Stretch came out before his time.
Yeah,
he came out before his time because after Street Lords and Blade and all that shit, Stretch was right there.
Yeah.
So niggas was really
he hit before Lodge Boys too.
Right. Yeah. Hell yeah. So he came out where niggas was still on that Blade shit. Blade just died. Like all that shit that's what all that shit blew up after Blade died, and it was all this other shit, and that's when Stretch came in.
Because I feel like Stretch first album, Take Money to Make Money, he rapping from the perspective of like a broke nigga with potential to get it, where you like right there, but you just need that right plug, and then you in there. Right. So I feel like Take Money to Make Money is
shit blew that shit.
And then that Frank Beverly and May shit that happened to him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas don't know about that bullshit, but yeah.
Right.
That's why y'all niggas gotta watch it with samples. It's good to read up and research on, you know, to feel you. And I'm like, I like listen to your music. I don't be hearing sample.
Right, cause I do actually got a sample. I just recorded with Brielle Leslie, and I got a sample off that. So long as the paperwork right and you paying the proper people, then you should be straight though.
Yeah, cause you're getting your shit cleared.
Don't think the song you sample, you gonna be on some bullshit. That shit might be the one that put your ass on. Then you gotta answer to that shit.
Yeah, Cam did that with oh boy, he threw that bitch out and then had to double back and go deal with that shit when he should have handled the business first. But he did that out of spite of Jay-Z. But with Stretch, nigga, y'all niggas on that bitch going crazy. Then he like was playing with his own fucking flow. And then he was like, you know, Stretch a legend. And I'm like, niggas ain't paying that homage. I was in the studio with a West Side nigga. He was like, man, I don't understand why niggas like this nigga Stretch Money. This before Stretch went to prison.
He had to been a young nigga then.
And I'm like, I don't understand why you don't understand Stretch Money. Like
he had to been a young nigga. A lot of young niggas, they probably know Stretch Money or heard of him, but that was back when niggas like me was growing up. And you had, cause we was young, and Stretch was the young nigga, the young hot nigga coming up. So
and you know how I instantly gravitate to Stretch because I was a Dog Pound fan. Mm-hmm. He don't rap shit like Corrupt, but they got like the same voice. Like he sound like a Detroit East Warren nigga. Mm-hmm. He got his own subject matter. I'm not saying he bit his style or anything, but they got the same fucking voice. Like a young Corrupt. Like if you listen to some Corrupt after I say this shit, you be like, damn, these niggas do got the same voice. They don't talk about the same shit. Right. And so like Stretch coming out the gate, saying that shit, and then
that nigga came out so motherfucking hard, man. Yeah.
They had a big ass movement behind his shit. Because it was like
that's
you waited for it and you knew
that's all you saw, and especially on Warren, is them hot lava niggas.
Bootlegs and all that shit.
That's all you saw was them hot lava niggas, man.
Mark Sting.
I wanted them motherfucking hot lava jackets. Warren the Finney, nigga. I wanted one of them motherfucking jackets so bad. Lil Mark had one on. I wanted to wear that bitch so bad, man. That's all you saw in the hood.
And then them niggas throwing that shit up and all that shit. So then you got that. Then the nigga came to perform at the school. I had freestyle for him and Hustle Boy T-Man. He freestyled for him too. So and then it was like it's some funny shit. When I bump into this nigga Stretch, I'm gonna tell him a story about that shit. I know this nigga gonna die laughing because he gonna remember directly what I'm talking about.
Stretch a cool ass nigga, man.
I'm saying that's why I'm like I end up that's how I end up freestyling for him.
Right, I ain't talk to no managers. I ain't go through no homeboys, none of that shit, man. I went to him directly, like, nigga, what's up? Let's work. He like, nigga, send a motherfucking beat over. I'm like, shit, alright.
Yeah.
My fucking Jose the Plug cooked that motherfucker up. I'm like, shit, what's up?
Yeah, because he put verse back in that bitch.
He sent this motherfucking verse back. He this how it went. He put his verse at the beginning. I'm like, no, nigga, I gotta get the beginning verse. I gotta start this bitch off. So I have my producer pushing shit to the motherfucking second verse, and I got straight to that bitch. So that's how that shit went.
Yeah, because he went in on that bitch, and then y'all on that bitch dancing and shit.
Yeah, right in the hood.
Yeah, I might be like a kid that play dance or some shit. Came out with some big words.
Right, I told him, I'm like, we gotta go in the hood. We ain't shooting this bitch nowhere else other than on Warren, dog. That shit, I'm not going nowhere else with you.
Yeah,
that shit
because cuz cold, and I'm like, I don't get, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like a lot of hate. I seen he said some shit. He feel like he blackballed. Who I feel like he should do a project with is T-Dot. Him and T-Dot got a whole bunch of hard ass songs together. I don't know why. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I know they fuck with each other, but I don't know why they don't like do like a whole project together. Cause all they shit they got together fired in a bitch. But anybody you want to work with?
Shit. Who I want to work with? Probably hell of a dope as fuck. As far as like artists, I want to work with shit. I want to work with Peasy, Vezo. Majority of Eastside niggas for real.
I be telling the Eastside niggas got the best rappers. It's
I ain't about to get in that.
No, I'm saying you a rapper, so you in that field. I'm not in that field. You feel me? So I can say that shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to brush shoulders with these niggas. Right. I want to interview them. Westside niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like I mentioned Blade. Jesse James was, you know what I'm saying, that nigga to me. I still fuck with Mick Nichols from Lodge Boys, but Lodge Boys, they legendary. I don't know why Woe don't release it. Woe can rap, but I don't know why he ain't on it like that. Then you got
trying to get to that bag.
Big Wayne,
trying to get to the bag.
You know, SPG, he cold. I fuck with Payroll. RP Rock.
I ain't gonna lie. If you
just dropped
I
some
will
hard
say,
shit.
right.
I can name some Westside.
I will say this about the Westside. I feel like the Westside is wide. The door wide open for another hot Westside nigga because DZ got it right now. T Grizzly got it right now. But I'm talking about as far as like I'm talking about as far as like up and coming motherfuckers. I feel like if you from the West Side, shit,
if you're a West Side nigga, you gotta come in that bitch like this, bro.
This your time.
Throwing up them W's.
You a West Side
All East Side niggas doing this. Every East Side, I don't give a fuck what hood a nigga from. Nigga gonna say his hood, nigga gonna throw up his hood, but you gonna see them eat. Right. So come in that bitch with them W's. It's rare you see a West Side nigga throwing up them W's.
If you a young West Side nigga, older, I don't give a fuck. You up and coming, man. Hit and inbox me, DM me, nigga. Come on, let's
I got a West Side nigga that'll fuck with you. That's going. Wayne, that nigga going. This nigga releasing music like a bitch. So I'm like, I'm putting what's the name? I'm putting together with him and my homeboy Sandy. Sandy, I'm supposed to interview him later. But yeah, so right now Sandy trying to chop everybody head off because he trying to get back in.
How you feel like T Grizzly lost it though?
I feel like you want the long story, the short story? Because we sit down.
Hit me with the short story.
All right, we sit down. I'm gonna hit him with the short story. I feel like he lost it because certain niggas. It's like, okay, I'm gonna say this in T Grizzly defense with the side of shit. A lot of niggas get labels and they managers. They don't be really in deep with how they give somebody a contract. So when you sign to an artist, sometimes you be thinking that artist intentionally trying to fuck you over. So I don't feel like T Grizzly possibly straight up was like, I'm about to fuck this nigga Sada over. I feel like it might was his management, whoever put the contract together and gave him some bullshit, and T Grizzly probably didn't know completely what was in the contract because he probably didn't know the business. So a lot of times, so with that, so I feel like he fucked up with that. And then I feel like fucking with the 4-2 shit, and then fucking with that, and not really knowing the East Side like that, because I don't think he knew what he got himself into when he was fucking with them niggas over there. Then start fucking with them niggas over there.
I feel T Grizzly on this aspect. When I came home, just like he came home, you don't know who the fuck beefing with who now.
No, but you gotta. That's why you gotta.
You call yourself just fucking with him. You don't even know these two niggas is real ops in the real world.
But that's why I'm like, when Dog got online and he said what he said, right? T Grizzly could have called Dog. See, a lot of shit, like when I was telling you the internet shit, a lot of that shit be little. That's why I'm like, you got to talk to a nigga without your ego.
But as far as the internet go, you don't know what they putting out, but we don't know what the fuck happened behind closed doors. Yeah, niggas probably all was in this fucking same car after that shit. Like, we don't really know.
I know, but I'm just saying, so, with that, you call a nigga and to let a nigga know, like, hey, bro, I ain't on no arguing shit. I don't know what you got going on, but I'm trying to get this bag. Whoop-de-whoop. Nigga, this ain't that. And a lot of shit can get squashed like that. A lot of times niggas fight aggression with aggression. You can call a nigga and be like, I ain't no bitch, but nigga, you know what I'm saying? Right. I'm standing my ground. I'm not trying to argue with you to win, nigga. I'm trying to figure this shit out so we know how we gonna conduct this shit. Because it ain't always gotta go to war. It can just be some nigga, I don't fuck with you. Right. You over there in the club. When we get out this bitch, ain't nobody gonna get shot. We just going this way, you going that way.
And that beef shit, all that back and forth shit, the beef shit, I can't get into it because
and these niggas got that shit going. So all right, back to the T Grizzly shit, right? Right. So he got that shit, right? And then all the niggas he shout out on first day out, he did no music with the niggas. First it was like parole, then you get off parole. So nigga, what's happening now? You feel me? Because you ain't even gotta talk to the nigga. You can leave a verse in the studio, and the nigga come to the studio and knock that bitch out. Y'all both going to hell. You know what I'm saying? All-Star Lee, you got JR, then you got the Wando nigga. I don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? So then you got that. Then his music, he have a few songs, and then it's like the whole project don't bang. So it's like, nigga, I remember nigga was riding to T Grizzly like crazy. He talented than a bitch, so it's not like.
But he still. I say this about Grizzly. Any artist who blow up overnight, per se, you're not gonna be as hot as how you came out. It's only that shit rare as fuck.
I get that.
I feel like
he got another win in him.
You're right. I feel like the nigga I feel like a nigga maintaining just like any other hot artist that's in
my thing with Grizzly though, like how you say maintain it. I feel like Grizzly is talented enough to fuck niggas up. He just gotta really lock in. So like right now, his brother came home. I heard his brother was a hog in that bitch, and his brother held that bitch down. So you know what I'm saying. So that name good. He got the connections to all the rappers. All them niggas fucking with him. Niggas fucking with his story. But it's like, nigga, it's either you gotta tap back into the city, or nigga, you gotta go extra crazy on that mic. And I don't want to see nothing happen to him because you know how niggas try to play it. So all that street shit, nigga, move how you need to move. If you don't feel comfortable, nigga, don't slide through this bitch. Niggas is really dying. You can't come back. You feel me? So a nigga play that I'm scary shit. No, nigga, I got money, nigga. I ain't gotta go through all that shit. That shit's stressful.
But a lot of niggas ain't. I feel like a lot of niggas don't live in Detroit, man. I know a lot of rapper niggas, bro. Trust me, I know all the niggas, bro.
No, I'm saying just as far as sliding through.
Yeah.
That's the difference. I wouldn't want to live in Detroit, but I'll slide through. You know what I'm saying? I want a property in Detroit when like I get my bag right, but it ain't gonna be in the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, I love Detroit.
I love Detroit in a bit.
I probably won't be around this bitch dangling because I don't do this shit now. Yeah. Any a random nigga could get his life took out here. So I don't.
My car got shot up like that.
Right. I don't be around this bitch fucking around like this now. Imagine when a nigga get big and shit, I'm be doing the same shit. I'm still slide, but I ain't gonna be moving recklessly.
Yeah, nigga, I was picking this chick up who I used to do rides for that I met through Uber and shit. She worked at Erotic. Nigga, I'm about to slide in the parking lot. By the grace of God, my wheels ain't on the little hump. You know what I'm saying? The ramp. I'm like right before the ramp where I can like swerve off, and like this one car sped off to the point where I was able to speed off. So I call him. I'm like, yeah, I'm outside. I'm about to pull in the lot. She's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Park. I get this confirmation from her. Next thing you know, nigga, my windows up. So if my windows was down, it would have bust my windows. My windows up, nigga. I start hearing them bitches go off, and then like the cup exploded in my car. I'm like, what the fuck, nigga? And I just got the fuck on. And it was like this plastic piece cut me. But I'm like, I didn't know if I got hit in my leg or nothing. I just felt like a scratch. So I'm like, yeah, let me get the fuck on. Nigga, I go to fucking Grady's on Outer Drive. Nigga, I look at my leg. It was just a scratch. And I'm like, good. But the nigga had a chopper, nigga. It was a slug, like 2 slugs in my bitch about like this big. Ooh, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, by the grace of God, the nigga ain't had aim because he aimed low as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And he hit a lot of people's cars, but ain't nobody get hit. Cause I'm like, if he would have hit somebody with that bitch as big as that slug was, they would have been folded.
Right, the strip clubs was reckless back then, man. But now I feel like
this was like 2017 or 18.
Right, I feel like they for the most part
17.
Right, for the most part, I feel like they doing a better job and like protecting everybody and shit. But I mean, shit still gonna go down no matter what. Just be safe, man. That's all I gotta say. If you see 9 times out of 10, a commotion gonna happen before shots fired. When you see that commotion, then you better listen to that shit, man. Get the fuck on, man.
Yeah, see, a lot of times, it's okay you can break that. You know what I'm saying? You can break that situation up before it escalates.
Or that. But if it's out of control, my get the fuck on skills is immaculate.
Yeah.
I be telling my girl like me, all right, I'm irritated. I don't like how this shit going on. Like, let's get the fuck on, cause she dance. So I'm in that bitch for her a lot of the times. So I see some shit, I be like, bro, come on, bro, come on. She just be bullshitting around. I be like, bro, come on. I feel it. I'm irritated. I'm like, man, let's go, man. My get the fuck on skills is immaculate.
Yeah. So where niggas can find your music at?
Shit,
because like your name is different on YouTube on different videos.
Yeah,
so you gotta let them know where to find you.
L Boogie, BangBoy L Boogie. Just type in those two.
You gotta tell niggas how to spell it too, because niggas don't know how to spell like that.
Capital L BOOGIE.
Tell them about your Instagram. All
that. My Instagram is BangBoy L _ 187. That's my Instagram, man. Hit me up, man.
Man, I'm gonna have all your shit, your links and shit in each segment that I drop. Hey, make sure y'all like, subscribe, and you know what I'm saying, support, share videos and all this shit. We about to start another segment and shit, and shit about to get real.